Welcome, I'm Barbara Bijou, author of The Joy of Ritual. Happy Father's Day to all you dads out there. So as many of you know, I really love rituals, and it's important to look at Father's Day as a day to honor the men in our lives who've taken on that mantle of father. So for those of you who have children, for those of you who are expecting children, and for those of you who've taken on the role of father, even though you may not be biological fathers to all these children out in the world, but have decided that you really want to mentor and father them, I really commend all of you. So did you know that Father's Day actually goes back to 1910? There was a woman, Sonara Smart Dodd, who decided that there was a Mother's Day, why shouldn't there be a Father's Day? She wanted to honor her own dad, who had raised her and her siblings after her mother had died. Yet it took until 1972, only 38 years ago, unbelievable, right? To make an official presidential proclamation of Father's Day. So you guys really deserve it, and this is going to be a fabulous day for all of you. But before we talk about what you're going to do, let's go back. And again, as many of you know, I really love the global rituals, and I'm really fascinated by the parentalia ritual, which is a time to honor the deceased parents, and as Ovid said, to honor the soul of your father. And then I look in mythology, and you see all these father figures. You see Geb from Egypt, you see Hermes, which I love, the Greek god, who would be shown as taking an infant. When a baby was only 5 days old, the father would take the infant and walk around the hearth, showing and honoring the child and welcoming him to the family, to the community, and to the goddess Hestia, who is goddess of the hearth. And I also found out recently that in Feng Shui there's a ritual when a baby is brought home where the parents, especially the father, holds the child and walks around introducing the child to all of the rooms in the house. Fact is, if you look at Native American and many other rituals, African, all over the world, you see similar things where the father introduces the child really to bring him home as the mother births the child and the father catches the child symbolically and takes care of them. So what can you do this Father's Day? So the first thing is, let's think of what your father really likes, because we really want to celebrate all of the men in our lives, the men who raised us and loved us, and also the men that we're raising who are going to be fathers one day. Think about what your dad might really like. Did he like to take walks in the woods? Does he like to fish? Maybe he likes to just stay home all day and eat chocolate and watch TV. That's okay. Whatever your dad wants to do, this is about him. A friend of mine has a new baby, 8 months old, and she's putting the baby's handprint on a mug and giving it to her husband. And she told me that every year from now on, she's going to give him a new mug with a bigger and bigger and bigger handprint. So watch out, Dad, for these giant beer mugs that are going to arrive. Whatever you do, whether your dad is alive, which I hope he is, or if he isn't, you might want to also consider a tradition that you did with your father when he was alive and continue it as a way of remembering him. Symbolically, white roses represent your father who's no longer here. Red roses symbolize the father who is here. So maybe you want to plant rose bushes with your dad, which would be a great ritual. This is my father, Julius Weiner, so I'd like to dedicate this Father's Day to him, because obviously if it weren't for my father, I wouldn't be here. So happy Father's Day to all you men out there. We love you and thank you.